I just realized something quite scary. In the next chapter, we could very well end up losing Mereoleona, Fugoyan, or both characters due to the utter garbage of a character Morris getting a major power boost. This was quite literally the worst time for us to go on a long break, because now we're left waiting to see what the final fate of these fan favorite characters are. But I also realized that losing one or both of these characters could lead to one of the best glow ups we've seen in the entirety of Black Clover, and that's from the character that everyone least expects, Leo. Yes, Leo, the younger, forgotten brother of these two captains, who Tabata has already hinted at having untapped potential. The fandom jokes about Leo being the launch of Black Clover because, in case you don't know, Launch is famous as being a supporting character of the main cast in Dragon Ball, who series creator Akira Toriyama forgot to bring back after the beginning of the Z portion of the series, which is exactly the treatment that fans are afraid that Leo will end up receiving in Black Clover. That Tabata might forget to include him in this epic battle against Lucius and his paladins, as he is constantly pushed aside for his much more popular and powerful older siblings, as they have in multiple cases taken moments that seem to be setting Leo up to unlock some hidden power, only for them to steal the spotlight from him at the last second. Now, that being said, it's not like Leo doesn't have his own moments though. He stood his ground alongside Asta while the Eye of the Midnight Sun were invading the Clover Kingdom. While not chosen to be a royal knight, he performed pretty well during the selection tournament, managing to power his way through the snow user for Jill, and was seconds away from winning the second round but lost due to his teammate being defeated. And while his teacher, one of the Arcanum Sphere Guardians, was defeated by Savor of the Dark Disciples, Leo was the one who managed to beat him. Tabata does give him his moments, they're just very few and very far between. So far, in fact, that the last time we actually have seen Leo in the manga was chapter 284, a whole 74 chapters ago, where he is seen alongside everyone who trained in Elysia to unlock ultimate magic, blasting away a horde of low and mid-tier devils, saving the civilians of the Spade Kingdom, which not only showed the growth potential of this character who after just 3 days of training went from struggling against a Dark Disciple to being able to one-shot multiple mid-tier devils, but it also gave us the very first instance of Leo stealing the show from one of his siblings, because instead of going on protecting the civilians of the Spade Kingdom from the rampaging devils, Leo stepped in and did it for him. And I believe that we're in for something similar to happen in this final saga, where after one or both of his siblings fall to Morris, Leo will come back seeking revenge and manage to take down the mad scientist in honor of his siblings. That is the real reason why I think he's been missing this whole time, because Tabata is saving his return for a very epic moment. And once he comes back, we'll find out that this whole time he's been off training, trying his best to catch up to all those who managed to stand and fight against Lucifero when he couldn't. Because knowing Leo, seeing his rivals and the captains manage to stand up against the King of Devils while he was stuck to the ground would have just inspired him to become even stronger. And honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if immediately after the war ended, he went back with the elves to Elysia, hoping to train under them again. And while there, Dryad would have definitely noticed his Gohan-like potential, the potential we came close to seeing during the elf arc, where during his fight against the elf version of Randall, he said he was on the verge of figuring something out, ready to unlock a brand new power. But at the time, his body was not strong enough to handle that power. But after all the training he's done since that fight, he's more than ready to finally showcase this new power, a power that we might have seen hints of in the anime during the time period before he went to train in the Heart Kingdom, where we saw him unlock an unnamed spell that allowed him to shoot out a blue beam of fire. Blue fire, as we non-scientist fans know from both Avatar and My Hero, is much hotter than normal fire, and something that, as far as is concerned in Black Clover, we've only seen Mereoleona, the current most powerful fire user we've ever seen, be able to achieve. And once he unlocks it and manages to beat Morris, Leo could potentially become the most powerful fire user we've seen in the entirety of Black Clover.